Why are you running warm? Why is my computer running warm? Why is my computer running warm? Why can I hear myself? Ah! Disaster. Right. This was going to be a video to basically accompany me doing some editing. However, I'm not doing editing. I've done the editing. I'm doing the uploading, so the live stream quality might go down a little bit right now, but I'm not totally sure just yet. I'm just trying to work it out because it's not working. So we're uploading this to LiveTUBBs, so I've got to get to the LiveTUBBs channel because I can't upload to the Bare Feet Tubs channel because YouTube has been super crazy because apparently pictures and video, excuse me, of my feet are too much. Yeah. So give me a moment. What do I call it? Because I can't see the chat right now while I'm on a different page. I open the page and then basically, yeah. Where is it? L. It's near O and M. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Bink. Okay. So yeah, I did the editing for it. It is now being uploaded to the LiveTUBBs channel. I'm just seeing how long it's going to take. Shouldn't take that long because it's not a long video. It's barely 10 minutes. Barely 10 minutes. There we go. Wow. Okay. There's a lot of chat already. I did not know that this many people were watching. I'm sorry. While I was doing this. Right. So the stream quality might go down a little bit while that's uploading, but hopefully it's not going to take long. I'm just double checking. An hour and 3 minutes. So, hello. But hey, Itchy. Hey, Panafox, and hey, Jeffrey. Oh. So LiveTUBBs, YouTube is 20. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Honestly, it's not that bad. You can't wait to see the video. So yeah, that's cool. So I've been off stream for a little bit. Basically, last night I was supposed to do a live stream and do this editing with you guys. However, Dell came over for a little bit, so we basically just hung out and chatted about Star Trek. Ooh, I've got to find out my username and I've got to send it up to him next time I can. I'll probably do that after I do the live stream because he wants to see me on there, so that's cool. I've actually been playing with a new character on there. I made a Klingon character, and he looks ridiculous, by the way. just because I wanted to test out what the Klingons looked like and what they had to offer. Plus, once you get to a certain level on Star Trek Online, and I'm not going to talk about Star Trek Online too much, I'm not. I'm just going to say this one bit. Once you get to a certain level on Star Trek Online, once you hit the level cap, then basically all of the space battles become ridiculously hard to the point where you could, I'm not having fun playing them, so it's painful. And you know, unless you buy a ship, unless you buy with money a ship from them that can actually take the pounding, you can't actually win at the space battles. It's too hard. Yeah, I spent an hour on one level because this random alien ship, it was a mothership, but still, you know, wasn't dying. Its health just wasn't depleting. It was repairing itself faster than I was damaging it. So what did I do? I ended up basically using a ability which is calling in reinforcements, and it basically just it calls in a tier 5 or whatever ship, one of the higher level ships that you can have. It calls it in for reinforcements, and we both took it on, and basically it nearly destroyed the higher level ship. I would have been fucked then. I would have been fucked, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, so I made a new character. I made a Klingon character because, like I said, I wanted to see what the Klingons are like, and I just yeah, it's fine. You know, unless you're the Federation, you basically don't have many options. You know, it's weird. Because I've got a Romulan character, she doesn't have many options. I've got a Klingon, he doesn't have many options. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah. So Dal came over. So basically, we hung out, we talked for a little bit, and that was fun. And he is going to the sci-fi convention, so that's good. It's getting cold in here. Okay. He's coming to the sci-fi convention with us, so that's good. So cool. And yeah, I didn't stream earlier today because I knew it was early for you guys, and I know a lot of you guys probably wouldn't be up yet, let alone streaming. Oh. And also, I had a massive headache. I had like a huge headache. It wouldn't go away. Fortunately, it did go away. Like after my dinner, I felt a lot better. So it might have just been a hunger headache. I don't know. But also, I've got a bit of a cold. And I was just not, you know, my voice just wasn't up for it. I think either Daryl or Damon gave me this cold thing because I was feeling a little bit weird yesterday, but today I've just been feeling snotty and congested, and I can feel it happening now that I'm talking. So yeah, that was that. But anyway, how are you guys? How are you guys? Is the video actually going to take an hour? No, yeah, it could do. 8% uploaded, so it might not. They do. They do. I think it's because basically I don't really have much of an immune system a lot of the time, because I basically you know, as much as I want to, besides my walks, I don't really get out. I don't really get out much, you know. But it's good to get it out of the way now, so I don't have it at the convention, or I don't have anything after the convention. Because either me or Damon, mostly Damon. It seems to be mostly Damon. Whenever we go to the convention, basically, one of us is ill. So yeah. I think it is just the constant weather changing. I don't think it's anything bad. It's 1 degree C here, Jeff. It's 1 degree. Yeah. Yeah, somebody said to me that it's a while ago, a few days ago now, but that it's less than 100 days until Vegas. I was like, oh my god, because I know it's for us, it's less than that. For us, it's less than that because we're going early. We're going early. Oh my god. I'm looking forward to having the pool to myself for at least a day. Is that weird? I think that's weird. Mm. "61 days." Oh my god. Yes. I think they might have said it's, yeah. Come on. It's just it's so annoying that it just yeah. Can it just be here now? I know, with a cool patrol. It's just gonna be so good. How you been though, Itchy? I'm definitely out of my weird funk, I think. I've started drawing again, so that's good. I've done somebody's commission piece. I do not know if they want it to be public, so I'm not going to show it yet. But I started drawing again, so that's something. My thumb is healed. There's no sign of anything on it, so that's good. Or in it. So that's good. That's cool. Yeah, I'm really I feel like I almost got Daryl to come with me to Vegas. Almost so close. But it's honestly a money thing. He doesn't have enough money to come, which is sad. And I don't have enough funds, excess funds, to basically pay for. I can pay for like maybe a bit of his ticket, but that's it. A bit. A bit of his plane ticket, but that's it. Air travel is expensive. Holy crap, air travel is expensive. Especially since I'm going to the States. So basically it's like you guys coming here. You wouldn't be able to do that just But yeah. Hi FMF, by the way. Yeah, it's crazy expensive. It would have been really nice. It would have been a really nice 40th birthday present for him because his 40th is coming up. And like I said, I've got an idea of what I want to do, but I don't know how possible it is. So it might just be a crappy version of my idea that ends up happening, but still a good one, maybe. I don't know. Just crazy. Just yeah. I'm really stoked about it right now because I'm thinking about it a lot now, which is great. Got to do the baggage thing. I hate doing the baggage thing because basically I'm whenever I travel somewhere, I normally just have a carry-on. But I'm really nervous about actually getting it done because I've not done that by myself before. You know, I've never done extra baggage before. So I'm just really nervous about my baggage going missing or something. So I don't know whether to put valuable stuff in my carry-on or not. I don't know. But there's a less restrictions with your regular baggage. So I'm just thinking about that. That's the thing that I'm nervous about. That seems to be the travel anxiety seems to be focused on that. Which is good because I hate it when it's focused on other things because that's kind of a minor issue, kind of. But things like my toothbrush and my my wash bag and all that stuff, I can actually take with me this time, so that's good. And I'm gonna put like the embarrassing stuff in there. The slightly embarrassing stuff. Although I'm never embarrassed. Whenever they have to open my bag, when they go for the X-ray and stuff, they have to open my bag and stuff. I'm never embarrassed about that stuff, to be honest. But I guess I could put the leather harness in there. I'm not so sure about the pup hood. Because that's rarely valuable. I wouldn't know where to begin to get that thing again. I mean, I don't know kind of where to get it, but it's going to be tricky. But yeah. Don't forget, you can do a carry-on and a backpack. Can I do that with Virgin Airlines? I'm going to have to look at the restrictions again. Because if I could do that, then I might be able to get away with it. I might be able to get away with it then. Because I've actually got a really cool backpack, a massive backpack. Yeah. I know you flew them. That's why I'm blaming you if anything goes wrong with this flight. I'm super blaming you if anything goes wrong. I remembered. I couldn't remember if you basically. I remember how many bags you got, but I didn't remember if you basically had to go to baggage reclaim or anything. Yeah. What else am I bringing? That's the thing. I'm gonna have to do a checklist with you guys before I go. I'm probably gonna do it on Discord or something. I don't know. just so that it's a record and I can have it on my phone while I'm looking around the house and stuff. But I know I'm bringing my harness and my singlets, because you guys might, you know, Chris, you might end up with a singlet, because they're getting a bit small on me. I don't know. I don't know. But that's the thing with me and the seat and everything. I already don't have enough space. I don't know if I want to be. I want to feel claustrophobic between my legs as well. Yeah. I've got. Yeah. I know I'm bringing those things anyway, but I don't know what else I'm bringing. Ooh, I have to bring an extra pair of pants with a belt. Are you new? Are you new? Good to know Rob might like that. If you don't mind saying in the public chat and everything, how are you and Rob doing? I have. Oh, it's 40 minutes. It's not going to take that long. That's good. I forgot what I was going to say. Well, you know, no offense to Itchy, but I don't know if I think it might be a bit big on him, especially since I've stretched it out a little bit. I might have broken one of them. I don't know yet. But yeah. We will see. We will see. I've got a couple of bits that don't fit me or Damon. So basically, it's like, yeah, I don't know. You're a lovely size. You're a lovely size. Yeah, by the way, Dal said thank you so much for all of the, you know, all the messages and everything. And he really has enjoyed talking to you, and he really enjoyed meeting you and everything. So that's great. He said that you're welcome around his place whenever you're back here. Hopefully we soon. But you know, so that's cool. We can use the big boy hot tub. The big boy hot tub. Still got to get in that at some stage. Hopefully soon. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to talk about. How are you doing, FMF? If you're still watching, how are you doing? I try. I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the stream, but basically, I was talking about how I did try out the Klingons, and I'm finding it a lot better. I'm finding it a lot. It's a lot more fun at the moment, but that's only because I've only just been I've only just started, so everything's super easy. He's keeping the house. I think so, for now at least. I think so. But yeah, essentially, me and Damon are renting the hot tub, which is quite funny because it actually costs money to run because it's like it's a large drain on the energy and also the just the upkeep of it and stuff like that. So basically, we're kind of semi-renting the hot tub. So yeah. I didn't see that part. Yeah, I try to cling on, and basically it's a lot more fun at the moment. My ship doesn't get blown up for no reason because I've not reached the level cap yet. So you know, it's not incredibly, almost impossibly hard to defeat, to do missions and stuff, because that was getting annoying. That was just getting annoying, and I don't have the money to pay for actual stuff in the game, so. You know, there's a there's a lot. There's basically it's a lot. It's not hard yet, and I'm finding it like morally hard because the Klingons are irritating as fuck to basically play. You know, whereas when you're in the Federation, basically you're the good guys. You've always been the good guys. It's been always told from the Federation perspective. All these stories are told from the Federation's perspective. So when you're the Klingons, you're the bad guys. You know, you blow up a Federation ship just because it lied to you about something. It's crazy. You know. It's crazy. It's like destroy these Federation freighters because they were in this system, and it's like I don't want to do that. Are we at war with the Federation? I didn't know this was a thing. You know, it's crazy. The Klingons are sometimes at war with the Federation. They're sometimes not at war with the Federation. It's all crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, you do some morally questionable things. You know, if it wasn't a game. You do some morally questionable things, and I don't like that part. I much rather play, you know, against the Romulans and stuff because that was fun. I played against the Romulans, and it was the bad Romulans because that's the thing. I've played as the Romulans. The Romulans at least have a moral compass. The Klingons don't seem to be the moral compass type. So yeah, it's all very iffy. So yeah, it's fun but irritating as fuck. So yeah, but I'm enjoying it so far. You know, I know you haven't gotten into it, but the storylines that I've been involved with so far seem to be a lot different from the Romulan storylines and the Federation storylines so far. They haven't merged with anything I've played before. So it's kind of yeah. Whereas when I was with the Romulans, when I made the Romulan character, she had basically pretty much almost the same kind of storylines and the same missions as the Federation. Whereas the Klingon guy is completely different. So yeah. But yeah. Also, it's hard to make a Klingon look chunkier than they are because they all are kind of already chunky. It's weird. Just doing the character thing. Sure, you're very well loved. Oh. Well, basically, yeah, Jeff, we're doing a hot tub thing because I like being in the hot tub when you know, in the winter and stuff, especially when it's snowing or something. When it's below freezing outside for some reason, it's nice. It's more fun. I don't know why. Whereas yeah, and Damon also likes that too. So yeah, just getting access to a hot tub all year round is pretty good. Our hot tub, however, will be back as soon as it basically starts getting, as long as it doesn't get below 7 degrees C at night. I think it'd be okay. Oh, it's gone. By the way, it's gone down to -1 outside. That's why I needed the heater on. So yeah. Anytime you can play the villain is pretty cool. Well, you can play. That's the thing is about Star Trek is that there aren't really, you know, there are clearly good guys and there are clearly bad guys, but the thing is that, like, if you're the entire species can never be considered to be a bad species. So yeah, it's just that the Klingons have always, you know, from when Star Trek. When Star Trek was first released in the 60s, it basically the Klingons were the bad guys, the Federation were the good guys, and the Klingons were the bad guys. So basically, when you are when you start out as the Klingons in Star Trek Online, you are playing as the bad guys, and I'm hoping because I can't do this all the time. It's going to start bugging me if I have to keep blowing up Federation ships. But I'm hoping that eventually it will kind of get to a stage where I can join the Federation in battle, you know, not be against the Federation all the time, because the Klingon the Klingon Empire basically they do have funny morals, you know, but essentially they've been at war with the Federation, and also been at peace with the Federation, and backwards and forwards all the time. There's been actual reasons for it, so and understandable reasons. However, in the movies and all that stuff, basically the Klingons have always been bad guys. Yeah. I made my scope characters chunky. Well, I made I've just been messing around with the characters. For example, I tried to make Klingon Santa. I tried to make a Klingon version of Santa, and it kind of worked. So yeah, well, for my character for my character in the Federation, I basically just made him I tried to get him to be as close to me as possible. Only I gave him a bit more of a chunkier shoulder kind of thing, but that's only because I have been able to do that in person. So yeah. But my Klingon character, I tried to make into a Santa, a Klingon version of Santa, and it kind of worked. Like I said, it kind of worked, but yeah, I kind of gave up on that halfway through creating the character, and now he's got a bald head, but he's got a ponytail still somehow. He's got a bigger beard, not an epic beard, but yeah, and he's got the armor. His armor is all red and silver, so it's kind of Klingon Santa. I don't know. I've made him tall as well, so it's kind of weird proportions when he hasn't got his armor on, because I've tried him with minimal armor. You can't make them naked, but you can get them with minimal armor, and you can get them in just like a tank top and stuff. And basically, his proportions look weird. They look weird. So yeah. As your house tubs, it feels so homely. Well, I would agree. I agree, because there's so much stuff everywhere. But I mean, it's nice. It is nice. I'm not going to say anything about my house. Klingons have always been an antagonist, but there are clear examples of good Klingons. But the society is largely antagonistic. Is that that's a word? I think against humanity. I think. I think. I think that basically the Klingons, they from what I understand it, the Klingon race has basically been very honourable, you know, all the way up until up until Enterprise. Basically, there were castes. You know, they were a caste based system, and they basically they were pretty cool. You know, they kind of made sense. It was kind of like, oh, what am I trying to say? It's kind of like it was kind of like ancient China. It was because they have a civilization very much like ancient China, only they were all bumpy-headed people. You know, it was just a thing. But basically their planet seems to be like this. However, it's very ritualistic and it's a very honorable system. However, they seem to have a thing of, like, when they have gone into when space travel became more widely accepted and more broad based, basically when it became more available to the general public, then everybody that went into space seems to have been the arseholes. Everybody that joined the Klingon fleet and stuff seemed to be an arsehole, and it was almost very much like very much like the Terran Empire, and yeah. They seem to be, like I said, the space guys, they seem to be in assholes. Most of the people that are in space seem to be in assholes, apart from, like, the generals, which seem to be kind of, and again, I'm just going by what I've seen on Star Trek, like generals and admiralty of the the higher ups ranking in the Klingon culture seem to be the ones that are the more kind of like a seasoned British general from from British imperialism. It seems to be like that. I don't know why. They just seem to be more, and they're more admirable. They're more honourable. So basically, yeah, they're less arseholes. But all of the fucking captains seem to be just complete arseholes. And that's why Kirk had such a problem with them. And they seem to be more warlike people. Yeah, they need to study their Kalis a bit more. I think that's what it is. So yeah, I kind of feel like that's what's happened. I don't really think that Klingons themselves are just like we must conquer everything everywhere ever. I think that basically that seems to be a very romanticized version. That's it. It's a very romanticized version of the Klingon youth, that they want to serve on a ship, become captain, and basically blow up some shit and conquer some systems and do all that stuff. And yeah, they don't often have the opportunity to learn from the way that they were supposed to do it. So yeah. I just feel like that's what's happened to the Klingons. However, it is also very lazy of basically some screenwriters to basically just put them in as like, the Klingons are bad, they're evil, they are backward alien people that basically do nasty things to everybody all the time, everywhere. So fuck you. And it's like, yeah, okay. For example, General Martok. I love General Martok. By the way, the actor that plays General Martok is lovely. He's a big teddy bear. He's so sweet. The one with the eye patch, Deep Space Nine. That guy. He's very, very nice guy. But yeah. Also, the general is just funny. But yeah, you even get the example of like the safe self-hating Klingons as well from the not the undiscovered country. Well, although those were intelligent Klingons. So yeah. I love hearing you talk, Tubbs, talk about Star Trek. I learned so much by listening to you. Go watch it. It's a good show. It's an actual good show. It's really good. I misspelled antagonistic. Okay, okay. I thought it was my dyslexia going off. It's you know, you don't have to be. Yeah. Klingon seems like they'd be down for some incest. What? I don't think so. I mean, even to keep bloodlines pure, I don't think that they would actually be up for that, because they scoff at basically, you know, honorable houses and stuff. They allow for people to exaggerate when somebody says that they come from an honorable house. That's like an ancient honorable house. They will allow you to exaggerate if basically that is not completely the case, because your mother was basically like sworn into the house accidentally or something, you know, because she happened to be married to the guy that's in charge of that particular house or something. So they don't seem to be. I don't think they would be very incestuous. I don't think that that would be a thing. And even though I think that that's not a problem in the future. You know, in by the time of Next Generation, at least, I don't think that it matters. I mean, it's a huge taboo, I'm sure, but I don't think that would matter. I'm not entirely sure. They've got all sorts of random genetic modification shit. Yeah, I don't know. Is there ever a time where they get with another race? Yeah, all the time. Klingon human hybrids are basically are actually quite common. B'Elanna Torres is basically she's the chief engineer. Minus spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched Voyager. She's the chief engineer of Voyager for the bulk of the series, and basically she is a human. Her mother was Klingon, and her father was human. So yeah. So they get with humans at least, and there's an entire colony of Romulan Klingon hybrids. You know, they interbreed quite frequently. So yeah, it's not a bad thing. I was so excited then. 18 minutes. That's going pretty quick. Yeah, there's been like Romulans and Klingons, Klingons and humans, humans and Vulcans, humans and Romulans. I was going to say Vulcans and Romulans, but basically they're pretty much the same race anyway. Just sometimes the Romulans have bumpy foreheads. I never understood that. They imply emphatically that that Vulcans and Romulans are basically the same race. They're the same species. You know. And yet not I don't get it. But then again, aren't races that can successfully breed? Well, no, because there's another famous Romulan human hybrid in the Next Generation that totally proves that Romulans and humans are totally okay with boning. But yeah, aren't things that can successfully breed and produce offspring that can also successfully breed, aren't they considered the same species if that's the case? I don't know. I find it funny that basically this would be a thing, but then again, species might just be that adaptable. Humans and Romulans and humans and Vulcans, for example, because Vulcans, their circulatory system is super different. So how would the placenta work? The Vulcan physiology is drastically different, just on the chemistry level. They've got different blood. Their blood is based on I want to say, no, our one's based on iron. Theirs is based on copper. That's why it's green. They've got green blood. So yeah. Yes, but the logic fails in the Next Generation because species living on separate planets are chemically interfertile, and they shouldn't be. You can take it too seriously. I know you can't take it too seriously. I know. I'm just saying. It's just weird. It's weird how different species can actually interbreed. And by the way, if you're looking for an example of like human and Vulcan interbreeding, it's basically Spock, the famous one, super famous one. So yeah. You should host a panel asking about how the placenta. No, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. I might do ships, but I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be that guy. Do you know who I've only just started watching? And by the way, somebody was asking me about, I think it was FMF, was asking me about warp coils and stuff. I've only just started watching E.C. Henry. He's got a very good thing. He basically compared the warp coils of several different ships, and basically in the intro to that video, he basically does talk about what the warp coils do, and it's basically what I said. He put a little bit more effort into it. I'm sorry, because I just gave you a brief explanation of how they work. So I would go check him out. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video yet, then I'll go check it out. E.C. Henry is very good. That's what I mean. Yeah, I keep hearing good things, and he posts. Well, he posts CG models online, and I've seen a few of them. But basically, I just I knew he had a YouTube channel. I just thought I didn't know how good the YouTube channel was, and I watched a couple of episodes today. And I was like, holy crap, that actually, he actually put a lot of effort and a lot of thought into these things. So, yeah. I swear to God, he's getting some of his information from the company that I work for. Might even work for the company that I work for. I don't know. Ew, it's 11 minutes. It's gone really fast, isn't it? I don't know if this is going to work. But yeah, because I explained warp coils as basically being they're superconductive rings in the nacelles that basically channel plasma, and that creates kind of a magnetic resonance with space, which then shapes space into a warp field around the ship. And basically, he explains how they work in conjunction with the plasma field a little bit better than I do, I think. I might have to watch it again, but I'm just saying that it's a good way of looking up. I didn't know what they were made of until I looked it up on my work website. So yeah. Yeah, that didn't work. I think I just was talking. Too much talking. Oh my god! I remember when I was in the naval cadets, and in my office after I just gotten out of I was getting over a hangover, and one of my lieutenants was talking to me, and it was a very, very simple thing, and I was just being very, very annoyed with him because it was like, I don't need to deal with this. You are the person that needs to deal with this. This is not my thing to deal with. But I didn't say that to him. I just was just like, shh. Too much talking. Because I was dealing with a hangover. Right, before I try this again, I'm just going to explain. I'm just going to try to explain properly how warp coils work. So you have warp coil. You have a warp core, and this feeds high energy plasma into the warp nacelles. And when it does that, basically, it forces the plasma to go through the nacelles. Which then creates a kind of electronic field in the actual warp coils. The warp coils then are then also heated by the high energy plasma, and are also they also have an electric field of their own, and because they're coils, they're warp coils, that then creates a kind of a magnetic field that is kind of a different kind of magnetic field than regular magnetic field. It's so powerful that it actually warps space. That's why it's a warp engine. And these nacelles, they actually have points that you can see outside of them, where they actually create and project the bubble, start projecting a bubble around the ship. And it basically it's kind of like a magnetic field. When you look at the bubble on the diagram in the Enterprise D, because they have a very good diagram for how it works, then you basically can see how this it looks like almost like a magnetic field, and that's on purpose, because it warps space around the ship, much like a magnetic field warps space kind of around a planet and stuff like that. And when it does that, it can actually shape the warp field to actually bend space itself, so the ship can fly for super fast. And that's why it's called a warp drive, and that's how warp fields work. So I wonder if they manipulate gravity, because gravity is bent space is already bent. Well, that's what I meant. It basically, space itself, that's how gravity does it. So that's how they do it as well. It's very, very different to a lot of other hyperdrive kind of technology. Hyperdrive technology is completely different. What normally happens in hyperdrive technology is that basically the hyperdrive engines basically kind of, I hate to say rip space. They basically do the same thing, but they actually create a opening into another level of space, known as subspace. And basically, when you do that, you do that by manipulating space. So it's kind of a warp drive as well, but they can actually then go into, because they've basically created a hyperspace window. Then they fly into that window, and then what happens is that they are kind of like riding subspace, kind of a layer of space and not space. And the not space part is radically different to regular space. Things in subspace are usually quite close together to each other, and basically the distances aren't so far from objects. And basically it's just one gravity well to another. All of the space doesn't really exist in subspace. We're in the space between subspace. So basically what happens is that when they usually say they're flying in subspace whenever they're in hyperdrive. And whenever you're in hyperdrive, you see the funky lights and stuff around the ship, either in Stargate or in Star Wars. It's this weird kind of like other dimension that they're traveling in, because it is basically another dimension that they're traveling in. So yeah. But yeah, warp drive basically, it kind of uses subspace because it's bending subspace as well. When you bend space, you bend subspace as well, and it kind of like tugs on subspace, because like I said, in subspace there is no regular space. It's all gravity worlds. It's all gravity worlds interacting with each other. That's what subspace is. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I'm sorry if I just wanted to try to explain it better, but I can't. E.C. Henry, though, in his video, he goes through what the actual warp coils are made of, which I think is kind of like it's an iron, tungsten, and another material alloy. Because they're superconductive. They have to be superconductive to actually pull this off. So yeah, it's a big deal. But it's kind of cool. I still love how basically they land Voyager. There's a clip on one of the episodes of Voyager where they land Voyager to do repairs, and you just see a little shuttle kind of like hovering over the nacelle, and it's kind of lifting out one of the warp coils, and it's like, oh my god, that's so cool. I love that they showed that. I don't know why, but that is like the best Star Trek porn, the starship porn, And by the way, if anybody doesn't know what starship porn is, then basically it's literally just ships. Whenever you see a ship in space, that's starship porn, because a lot of people love that stuff, and I'm one of them. I love Star Trek. I love starship porn and how ships move in space and stuff like that. It's awesome. It's great. Or in this case, on a planet. But yeah, I can't help it. I can't help it. I sometimes get a boner for the Intrepid class. What are you going to do? Gravity is already bent space-time. Yeah, it can interfere with gravity. That's why it's never such a good idea. That's why they have to take into consideration how they fly through space. whenever they say subspace interference, what they're talking about is actually gravity and shit that basically is messing up, is messing with the alignment of the warp field, because it does mess with the alignment of the warp field, because subspace interference can actually do that. For example, if they were right next to a star, you can't, unless you want to break your ship, basically, or just break yourself, just activate the warp drive, unless, you know, without some serious tinkering with the computer and with the navigation and with the engineering and all that stuff, to basically get out of that gravity well. So yeah, if I ever get to direct a Trek episode, there will be so many Starship glory shots. Oh please, that'll be so cool. Nothing makes a ding dong hard than a good old ship. You see, it's just an expression. It's like, well, it's like carpool. You know, it's like the Fast and Furious, when you see a bunch of cars like driving and stuff like that. There's an actual term called carpool, whereas basically it's just a bunch of cars doing some tricks and stuff, and it's like it's porn. So yeah, or people who really like gory action shots and stuff like that, the body horror porn and stuff like that, and yeah, you know, happens. It's not actual ship porn. It's just yeah. It's terrible. I bet there are people in the Trek universe who have tried to do it to ships. Okay, I've seen a couple, and I don't endorse this. On For Affinity, I have seen a few ship yiffing pictures. It's like the airplane stuff. You know, it's like the MPreg airplane stuff. But like, who makes fun of this? There's somebody that makes fun of this all the time on their show, on their YouTube channel. But I find that hilarious. Because there are people that are genuinely into this stuff, and I don't get it, but I find it funny. Oh my god, I've seen some things. I've seen things you won't believe. Well, my quality's getting better, so I think it's processing. Yep, it's processing. So that's good. Yeah, FMF, I can actually see that. It's like, oh my god. It's like, where are your docking ports? No. No. Now don't do that to me. You know I mentally picture everything. Don't. I'm trying not to think of it. I'm trying to focus on this. 95% processed. It's probably just picking out the thumbnails. Oh, I need to watch Invader Zim. I need to binge watch Invader Zim again. I did that a couple years ago. But yeah. Well, thanks, FMF. Please keep doing that. But yeah, I've been with a bunch of engineering guys, basically looking for a book of basically nothing but spaceships from a long time ago. And coming up to the Star Trek section, and basically just been like, you know, hearing some of them guys go, look at the nacelles, they're huge. Look at the size of those things. That deflector dish, oh my god. Look at that deflector dish, it's so good. You know, the bridge module is in the right place. It's exactly where you would expect it to be. It's just, I mean, it's so shapely as well. You know, and yes, those are bad things to say about ships, but it's all to do with context. Okay, it's been uploaded. I'm just going to post the link to Discord. Oh, it's Grommer. Grommer's yelling at me. It was taking a while to load, and I was like, "Why is it taking a while to load?" It's because basically I was organizing my pictures on Grommer. There we go. I should go back on Grommer sometime. I haven't been there in months. Are you friends with me on Grommer? I don't know. I'm only on there every week, and as a result, I keep getting letting my notifications pile up, and then I've got tons to look at. That's I wasn't bragging. I just realised how that sounded. No, I hate that. I should just check them every time I get one. Loading. Excuse me.
Loot carrier. Computer, disguise the carrier. Something less conspicuous.
Processing. Processing.
Why am I so amazing?
That's terrible. Right. I don't know if we're Grommer friends. I'm trying to find where. There it is. There you go. You can't find black spray paint, really? It's like the most common thing. What's your grandma name, FMF? I've tried all the variations. Well, I've tried 2, 3. Tried 3. You'll send me a message. Okay. I hate being sick. Hate it. No more of this, please. Right. Well, that video is up, isn't it? Up. Yeah, there it is. So, enjoy. Oh. Now what? I need some for my art piece. Again, I think that you should be able to find it. I don't know why it would be that hard to find. But oh, my beard is just it's so long. It's so long and annoying. Oh. I have an itch on my back. That's so annoying. Yes, if I find whoever gave me this bug, I shall punish them. Probably just Damon. He's fairly easy to punish. No, not in a good way. Yeah, you know what I mean. Right. I'll just eat some of his chocolate that he hasn't gotten around to eating yet. I swear to God, he basically is like he's like a chocolate squirrel. You know, he basically like saves up a bunch of chocolate. People give him chocolate, and he just saves it up. So, you know, whenever I say that I punish him, I basically eat one of his chocolates that he's just like got scrawled around the house somewhere. Do you want to see the progress so far? Well, if you got it handy, of course we would. Slowly raise his hand, slowly lowers it. What? I love your. It's fine. It's just that it's kind of annoying because for some reason it slants that way, and I think it's just because the way I sleep. I kind of sleep on it, so it kind of like tries to stick out. So yeah, but it's getting up to bare bash length. I'm not bare bash length. I'm going to keep it for. I'm going to keep it for Vegas. That was about the punishment talk. Oh. No, I could punish him in a good way, but he'd enjoy it. So I'll probably do that to him anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna grow it out for Vegas, and then one night in Vegas, I'm gonna shave it off or attempt to. I don't know. I'm gonna see if the barber does beards because they've got a barber at the bear event. I don't know. If he uses a straight razor, I'm not doing that. I'm too jumpy whenever the cold metal touches my skin. I'm like, nope. No. I'm just the kind of person who would accidentally have his throat cut. Be like, no. Did you hear, by the way, Itchy? I was watching that thing. Oh, I see what you're going for. I see what you mean. I know what's up. I'd rather you not do that. Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna keep a beard. I'm gonna keep the beard for Vegas. And if basically if I'm gonna ask about that. I'm gonna ask about that because yeah. Do you do beards? Are they? Do you use the razor on the beards? And then if he says yes, I'll be like, no. I don't know. I've been debating whether to basically have longish hair as well, or whether to keep this as well. But because this grows a lot faster than that, it's basically like, nah. I'm getting very fuzzy around here as well, so I don't know. I'm gonna have a trim. Either case, I'm gonna have a trim before the ball. But I don't know about my head hair. I might just keep it long and scruffy for now. It's this side that keeps sticking up. That's annoying. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna bounce because I've got to send Daryl. Yeah, I've got to send Daryl a quick message because I need to. I'm just looking at. There's so many mods now. There's so many mods in the mod section at once. I've got to send Daryl my Star Trek Online account name with a number and everything because I keep forgetting to do that. I will. I will do it. Sorry, I just read what as an Itchy said, dude looks fucking sick. I'd legit love to watch you make that. Ever think of doing an art stream? And Panafox just says, not really, because I don't have a camera. It's like, how did you take the picture then? How did you take the picture then? I don't have an actual camera. I've just got a bunch of old phones. Sorry, mess with you. Sorry. Tubbs, no, what? Oh, let me going. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to go eventually. You know, I'm getting tired. It's close to my bedtime. It's close to my bedtime. Yes. Damn it, you caught me. Exactly. Do you know what I do all my streaming on? I do it all on my crappy phone that I don't like. By the way, Itchy, I don't know if you know this, but it can actually charge up 2 devices at once, this cable. I didn't know it could do that until like a couple of minutes ago. But yeah, I'm gonna. Damn, my mum's calling me now as well, so I'm gonna call my mum back, and then I'm going to play Star Trek Online, and then I'm going to check my work mail before I go to bed, and then I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to bed. So yeah. So yeah, I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow sometime, maybe for a bit of art stream or something, because like I said, I'm finishing off a commission that I can show you guys, and then I've got another commission to do, and then I've got another commission to do. So I've got a lot to do since my thumb has been stupid. So yeah, I'll probably see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be too early for you guys, because it will probably be around about like sometime around about lunchtime here, so 1-2 p.m. But if not, then I'll try to do a later stream anyway, and that will probably be an art stream as well, depending on where I am, because I don't know exactly what's happening tomorrow. Yeah, belly wubs. Oh, stretch. Ow. Belly wubs. I caught a hair just here, and belly salute. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys sometime the next day. It's been great talking to you guys, and yeah, good for now.